everybody. Happy Monday. We're back to our
It is
routine.
Monday.
Our routine is back. I am Keith.
And I am Mav.
And we have been found.
Yes,
bring them back this week. So
it's not Wednesday. So it's...
Yeah, no.
Although you got to wait a little longer time for after hours now. So
that's true. Yeah, not a quick turnaround. There's some unfamiliar faces in the chat tonight. JB, what's going on? Mur, how are you? Good to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. How was your fourth?
Fourth was good. Hot.
Yeah.
Luckily we were by the pool and stuff.
Nice.
Did some fireworks and, just kind of hung out. And that was pretty much the same for the whole weekend. Just trying to rest up before I go back to work.
Hand and finger check?
Yeah. Hand and finger check.
Hand and finger check? Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Perfect. Yep. Good.
We're
okay.
Good.
Yep. Looks good. Awesome. For those that are listening to this, Mav might have lost part of a finger from a fireworks incident this weekend. Just kidding. He did not. Oh boy. Yeah. Crazy how the holidays just kind of keep coming and going, man. I can't believe we're into the 7th month already. I saw a lot of reels going around the past couple of days that now that the 4th of July is over, it's now spooky season. I don't know if you've been seeing those as well, but
well, man, I already got my pumpkin spice coffee brewing upstairs. No.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, see, I do since I'm a Christmas guy, I do the Christmas in July shenanigans. Then we go back to school, then it's Halloween, then I skip over Thanksgiving because to me that's just an eating day. And to be thankful, obviously. And then the Christmas. So
it's just, wow, like you really can't put it into words and how quickly the stores just push out a holiday.
I know.
They already have back to school.
Back to school. Yep. Target. It must have been the Target. Target's got the back to school stuff out.
Well, I mean, this weekend Target deals was great.
A lot going on. I know you reached out to me, had some, and you were posting some stuff too with some of the Target stuff going on.
I asked a couple of people if they needed anything specific, if they can't run out, because sometimes you got to grab it while the sale sign's there because the next day,
gone. Yep, gone. Yeah. Well, this is obviously a big week. We have Lego Insiders Week, I think they're calling it, Insiders Days. Amazon Prime deals, I think that starts tomorrow, right? The 8th. Target had their stuff going on. So a lot of opportunities to get Lego or really anything in general on sale. I was trying to pull up Lego.com does not have anything updated as of yet for the US. So since it's not official, I'd say we'll skip over that. Unfortunately, hello, M. How are you? What a greeting. That's that's just going up on the screen. After hours nicknames going up on the screen here. Anybody rewatching, you want to know where those are about, come check us out on After Hours on Instagram on Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern. So the only thing Lego.com does have up for Insiders Days is member exclusive event, special offers the 8th through the 17th. Part of that is a gift with purchase, the Lego African Savannah diorama, which I believe is number 3 in the series out of 4. That is gift with purchase for $150 or more. So,
well, hello, Kevin. How are you today?
What was Kevin's nickname by Greg? I forget.
Oh yeah, Trevor.
Trevor, yes, Trevor. Thanks,
hey, Trevor.
For stopping by.
We are just greeting people who are stopping into the chat for everybody re-listening. So
yeah, a lot of deals coming up this week. anything big going on, we'll probably post it. That's what we need to start doing too. Forever Trevor, yeah. That's what we need to do. We should good deals going on. Let's post them on the Hidden Bricks page this week if we see anything pop
Yeah.
up.
So my question is all retail stores the same with deals? Because I feel like sometimes I get clearance items. Those are sale.
Mhm.
Those were sale items for this weekend, but they're the yellow tag items. Sometimes the store moves on for because they're not moving.
Yeah, I'm
Because
saying that's
because
like a.
we had road plates. We used to have road plates
Oh
at the
yeah,
Target,
yeah, yep.
and then they clearance them. I took everything that that they had to do so I could
Still didn't
read the
have enough.
city. Well, yeah, it was only like 3 on the shelf, but I got a bunch of train track if you need it.
Right, yeah. I might actually take you up on that. We'll swap road plate for track. Um, I think the stores I'm gonna say are regional. Like you said, if something's not selling, probably the clearance items are more so regional rather than the deals or whatever you call them,
That's what I'm
national.
thinking. But as far as like the deals, and it's interesting because I told you this on the phone when I called you. The deal for some of the like the Paz Vizsla
Mhm.
set that was like 15.98
Yep.
on it was retailing at the store normally for like $24 on target.com. Its sale price was $24,
Yeah.
which was weird. So
Yeah.
sometimes target.com's deals don't match up.
No.
So
No.
it's just odd,
Yeah,
right?
that's frustrating to me.
It,
I've brought that up to an employee before, and they gave me the whole thing about
well,
how
especially since
different.
and I said, well, maybe that's when you're just ordering in, having it delivered
Mhm.
from Target.
Yeah,
But what if I went to the store and picked it up? So I did the whole selection as if I was going to do a pickup. It didn't change the price. The price was still the same.
interesting.
So
So technically, you could be getting the product in the store for a more expensive price based off of, or in this case, it could be a lower price too if Target Doc, if the app's different.
however, when I did bring this up to them, they said if you were to catch it, like if you ordered it from target.com and it came in, or you purchased it and the sale price didn't pop up, you could bring your receipt back and they could credit and
Okay.
adjust the amount as long as it was within that sale period. So
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know how convoluted this could get, but I think it'd be interesting to have somewhere on the app for a price match. So, like, if you place an order, you have a little box that pops up and says, are you looking the price match? You put in the price, you put in the link to the price that you're matching. So if you're doing it from a website, you can put that link into the product, and then yeah, I don't know if you'd have to have a person or if a computer can go through and like look at that and determine yes, this is a
just use
legit.
AI.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, is that something that's possible, here in the future, where you can price match just by purchasing online?
I don't think I think Target doesn't price match everywhere though.
No,
They
just
only
the big,
price they don't price match like so if Lego was having a sale,
yeah,
they will not price
yeah,
match
because they're
what
not
Lego
direct competitor.
because they're not a direct
Yeah,
competitor. It'd have to be
yeah,
like a Walmart or
yeah. Which I
I
don't
don't know.
think Walmart doesn't price match, do they? If I'm not mistaken,
I think they do now.
do they? Okay, I couldn't remember if they did or not.
I
I
would have
mean,
said Kmart, but that's showing my age.
blue light specials.
Yep,
Remember those?
I do. I sure do.
Did you have hills up near you?
I didn't.
No. Okay, that must have been a Pittsburgh thing. Ames.
We had
Oh,
Ames. We had
okay. Okay.
Bradley's,
Yeah. Okay.
Bob's stores,
Bob's,
Bob's.
not Bob's Furniture. Bob's.
Bob stores, not Bob's.
Bob store. No, Bob stores. What the heck's a Bob store?
It was like an Ames.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that. Okay.
all the cool store names that different regions
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
had.
Yeah. Well,
But one thing,
Hills was like Kmart, so they had the good food section with the pretzels and the popcorn and the slushies and all that kind of stuff.
but the big thing that everybody must have had and experienced was Toys R Us.
Oh,
Kind of wish they were still here because
them stinking Canadians still have it.
I know to really bring your kids or to just go back to a store that's just devoted to toys, and their Lego section back then was ginormous.
I have every so often I come across people selling Toys R Us Lego displays in marketplace. I mean, but they're asking like astronomical things, and then they have this write up. They're like, "Oh yeah, I grabbed it out of a dumpster." I'm just like, "Come on, man! Well, then sell it at a good price, So I don't know. Speaking of Toys R Us, we have an interesting topic for this evening.
Yes, we do.
Don't know how that segues into the topic. I mean, it kind of does, but
talking about deals and buying stuff, and
So, topic tonight, Mav and I talking about this the other day. Do you just ever go garage sale, yard sale? Before I go into it, what do you guys call them by you? Do you typically see garage sale more, or yard sale, or flea market?
I see a lot of yard sales.
Yard sales. Okay.
Yard sales are big. I mean, it's the same thing. Sometimes you'll get somebody garage sale because they have a garage, and it's like, I think it just depends. If you don't have a garage at your house, it's a yard sale.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If it's in your garage, it's a garage.
But sometimes even with the garage, you'll see yard sale, even if there's items inside.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah. I mean, whatever you want to call it, yard sale, garage sale, flea market, marketplace. Yeah.
Yep.
Flea markets, I guess, usually are more of like your offsite away from a house. So they're usually a place set up where then you have multiple vendors. Regardless, those are just a bunch of different options. We'll get into BrickLink, a little bit too, but let's start with those. So the big ones, the garage sales, the yard sales, whatever you want to call them. Any big finds for you? Or are you one of those get up Saturday morning, head out to the garage sales, ever find any luck out with anything?
I don't really, ever since Facebook Marketplace, kind of that basically is just one big yard sale, but it's digital. If I happen to see something locally, maybe, but I don't really carry cash on me like I used to.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really just spontaneously just pull up. So
you're talking about marketplace. The ones that kill me is people advertise their garage sales on marketplace, and they post pictures of everything that they're selling at the garage sale, and then they say, check out the pictures of the garage sale. If you see something you like, let me know. We'll set up a time for you to come before the garage sale. So kind of takes away from what we were talking about, the hunt for special deals, because I grew up where my dad, I actually like that name there, a garage sailor. Just sounds funny. A garage sailor. I'm gonna roll with that. My dad was one of those, and we would go on Saturday mornings, and we would go. The garage sale starts at 8 o'clock, so we'd be there 7:45, and he would go and he would pick the house that looked like it could potentially be the jackpot, which 99% of the time it never was. But that's what we would do. We would go Saturday mornings, and we would go hunting around. And my dad was looking. My dad's was more specialized. He was looking for autographed memorabilia, which chances of finding autographed memorabilia at a garage sale typically not great. But stuff like this, toys, games, Lego, I think there's a better chance to find that kind of stuff. Maybe a kid who moved off to school, and mom and dad are like, we're getting rid of this stuff. RIP to that kid's Lego collection. But I personally have not found any holy grails at a garage sale, yard sale.
no, because I think maybe if this was back before there was like eBay and Facebook Marketplace, you'd probably get better deals like that. But once somebody finds something that's like value, they're just gonna take a few pictures, post it on whatever site, and just be like, "This is what I'm looking for it," and then it
Yeah.
negotiates from there.
Yep.
I was just gonna say eBay.
Yeah.
eBay Marketplace is probably like the new, bigger kind of ways to do it. I guess if you go to a flea market too, like if you happen, sometimes there's bigger flea markets that you can go to.
Hmm.
You already
Yep.
pre-planned for that. You'll go take some cash out, and then you'll walk through them. And sometimes you could find that real thing, but I really haven't ever come across anything that, at least in my experience, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody else out there who, if you did, great, because I have not come across that. So
Well, Kevin found a older Disney castle for 50, so that is quite the steal. Let's see. I'm just going through some of these here. Somebody was so estate sale. So that's something that's like a whole new game. Said somebody was sending me crazy pictures from an estate sale. Estate sales, that's a different ball game, I would say. I would say that you're maybe not 100% wanting to get rid of your things in an estate sale, or that person is no longer around for that sale. Uh, but yeah, I
depends.
mean, yeah, I think you can get some fines. I think the problem is now most people think they have a gold mine with Lego. So as you said, it'll go to marketplace or eBay. Um, at the end of the day, most of the quote unquote gold mines are not, what people think it is. Now there are some people that they go to these or they put up these garage sales, and man, the deals. Like I went to one this weekend and I got a few brickheads that were $4 each, used, built once. But here's where the caveat is: the bags say 99% complete, and I went solely off of those, and I didn't check them. And I just checked them tonight. I bought 6 brickheads for $24, so good price. Of the six, 2 were complete. One was almost complete, and I was able to get the pieces from Lego.com. The other 3 were MIA. So again, $4. Not gonna complain, but it's still. I always seem to be running into this problem with used sets.
It's tough with used sets.
It
That's
is.
why if you're gonna buy used sets, I know you could still you could still potentially have issues, but go into somewhere like Bricks and Minifigure,
Yeah.
because most of the time they verify what they can, and if there's a major problem, you can always return it, or they'll work with you on that. But yeah, anywhere you go for used, but that's the price for used is going to be substantially cheaper
Yeah.
most of the time,
Yep. Yep.
most of the time
Yep.
than getting new in box of a retired set or an
Yep.
older set. And honestly, the really older classic sets, you're most likely not going to find new in
Boxed.
box.
Yeah. Unless it's at Mav's house.
Yeah, yeah. Mav's gonna keep all of his backlog, and then one day just never build it, and then my kids are just gonna sell it.
It's the year 2040. Let's take a visit to Mav's basement. Where is Mav? He's hiding behind the large pile of boxes. Still new in box.
What is it gonna be like a?
It's a documentary on
It's gonna be
YouTube.
like a hoarder, but and just gonna be like new in box sets. It'd be like this is Mav's
Uh,
house. We're gonna do a wellness check on him. They open the door. It's just piled with
pile of
boxes,
Lego boxes.
new in box. I'm tripping over my AT-AT Austin gave me.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be a hoarder, I guess that's the best way to be as a new in box hoarder, and not just have pieces laying around everywhere, or empty boxes everywhere. So
Now, honestly, a lot of the backlog, or some of it's not technically backlog. Some of it's like I'm just it's time to get rid of it because we had an episode where we were talking about changing your collection, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes what you had in mind for what you wanted to save up for.
Yes.
2040 Bougie Mav bought a warehouse for his unopened Lego.
You know, sometimes Mav just wants to be like other people, getting a warehouse. So.
Yep. That's it. You got it. Oh, two warehouses. Oh.
Well, that's generous.
But yeah, like I've moved on with certain things
Yeah.
that there are some smaller sets that I still want and I have and I'll eventually build them, but you've dealt with it the same way too because we had this conversation before. You just
Yep.
the smaller sets tend to take up a lot of it's like having side builds right in between your Lego collection. I don't mind like the Speed Champions because that's something you could put on their own shelf or but having a bunch of if you're not army building, what do you need all the battle pack sets for?
Yeah, I mean, the smaller stuff, I just like I wouldn't mind so much if I had like cases to put them in. Like something to contain the smaller stuff in. Like I can't just put stuff on a shelf because then I feel like it's just like stuff's everywhere. So if I had a case to like contain that stuff, then I might look at it a little differently. But like the bag end, for example, or shy or whatever we're gonna call it, that the little side builds, they get to me because it's just like it's not all contained. Like Rivendell is contained, Barador is contained.
You can always mills
You
and then
could, you could,
attach
you could,
that. So
yeah, but then it's not the set.
well, it technically is. Do you think mills plating a modular is not the set?
Yeah, no, that's no, I no, I agree. Yeah, well, because I use like
It's just a
yeah,
base. You can still put the base off,
yeah,
and then you have the original set. I think
yeah,
it's when you start changing it too much.
yeah,
Like if you want to make a mega bag end, and you double up, you get two sets and you
yeah,
double it up.
yep.
So
As cool as that would be to see that, yeah, that would be altering it. Used shipping containers. That's an idea, Mur. Okay.
Mav's gonna have 40 of them in his backyard.
Mav's gonna look like one of those pods warehouses or stockyard, and it's just like, oh, this guy rents out containers. Nah, that's just for new and box sets.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have been to a few of the antique stores, I guess you can call them.
Sometimes I think those have it because they are buying like sometimes people don't want to go through a house. It's different than an estate sale. They'll contact like an antique store and just be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you want to come
Yep.
in and just buy some? Give me the price to take all this out."
Yeah, those are usually where the prices just are a little more astronomical. Because again, no matter what it is, if somebody's not familiar with the resources out there to price something, when you see Lego, I typically think people think they have a gold mine, and the prices are always astronomical. Sometimes people will listen to you when you say, "Hey, like this is what it's going for." Like, look at eBay, BrickLink. But other times, there's just some of those people that they just like to sit on stuff, and eventually somebody will buy it.
All of
I
a
guess.
sudden,
So.
Keith comes across a 24 karat gold brick piece that they gave out to
Oh yeah.
employees that reached, I think,
Yeah.
what is it, 25 years?
Yeah, I think so.
And then they just valued it based off of just the amount of gold. They just weighed it for the amount of gold, but they don't know it's probably double or triple that value.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Yeah. I still need a Mr. Gold now that you mention it. Ugh.
I got you covered. I'll just spray paint a.
Gee, great. Thanks. Appreciate
You're welcome.
that. Forged Mr. Gold, just what I always wanted.
I think Dan said he had one.
Did he know? That's right, he did, didn't he?
I don't think he's going to part with it, though.
Oh, he's going to part with it.
Pete's on a mission. He's gonna wheel and deal.
Okay. I forgot he mentioned that. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to ask about that. All right. Yeah. So BrickLink, another form of online marketplace, I guess you can say. What's your thoughts?
I think BrickLink is good, and it could be bad at the same time because you're gonna get people that value it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the good thing is the price is never outrageously overpriced, right? It's either on the high side or it's on the low side. That's it. Like, it's within the parameters of the price range that set is going for.
I mean, it kind of has to be, because when you see the averages right there on BrickLink, I mean, you can't be too far out of the averages, because people just won't move on it. Not when you have that, like when you're comparing eBay to BrickLink. Like, if you're on eBay, you have to go over to BrickLink to find comparable prices, or
Right.
I guess you can do the eBay sold listings. So I guess they have their own kind of features in themselves, but eBay is just like a mass marketplace, whereas BrickLink is your Lego only sales.
But
So
eBay, sometimes you can get somebody trying to just make a quick buck and not knowing the value, or even knowing the value, but say, listen, I need to move it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which I don't think that's what BrickLink is. BrickLink, people just will sit on it.
No, they just they're inventorying what they're selling.
Yep.
That's why some people have stores on it, and I mean, good for them, because, as you know, I bought a bunch of masonry, and I'm like, wow, no wonder why. But you really have to dedicate yourself to.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, and then you not to sidetrack there, but then you go on that tangent that Josh, Unhappy Mohawk, and you and we had that conversation about pab pieces are technically used, because they're not sealed. They're in a bin. People's hands are in them. So technically that's a used part. But I would assume the majority is going to sell them as new.
Well, because in theory, you're buying it directly from Lego, and it's going in. But you're right, because unless they just open the box in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's in the pab wall, you don't know. Kids have already started putting them together, taking them apart, throwing them in there.
Yep.
Or adults, kids or adults doing it. But yeah,
that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other topic. But I would consider that still new. It hasn't been like taken apart a million times. So
so that's a whole other topic. We'll save that for another day, because he you know, maybe we'll actually bring him on for that chat, because he does have a BrickLink store, and he had some very interesting opinions on that whole perspective. So I'll have to reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in doing that. So quick pause before we carry on. I usually like to do this at the beginning or the end, but it's on my mind. So we're halfway through, so this is a good time to pause. Couple quick events coming up here for anybody watching or anybody re-listening. Go check out the Hidden Bricks Instagram page. So the Hidden Bricks Instagram. So just as it sounds, the Hidden Bricks. There was a post that we put up 2 days ago. So that was the 5th. We are doing a community build challenge. So started on the 5th, runs through the 18th. Basically, we are challenging anybody in the community to build a mock, basically using your imagination. Some sort of mock that represents community, friendship, and or your own personal journey with Lego. So build that mock. Doesn't matter what size it is. Doesn't matter if it's a habitat, large scale build, whatever. Submit that to us by the 18th. So the evening of the 18th. We'll put those builds out for a community vote the 19th and the 20th. And then on the 21st, we have a special guest with us that night. Haven't asked him yet if he'd be willing to do this, but hopefully he will announce the winner or winners of the mock community build challenge. Those will again be announced the 21st on Hidden Bricks podcast. So just a reminder about that. And yeah, we'll get everything else at the end. But I just want to bring that up for anybody who did not hear about that. Go check it out again on the Hidden Bricks Instagram page. If you have any questions, please feel free to message us on that account or at Mav's account or my account personally. That's fine as well. So back to the regularly scheduled programming.
Unpause.
Unpause.
What was it like Wayne's World? Wayne's World car.
Oh yeah.
I'm out. They go wait. Game on.
All right. So BrickLink versus eBay. Let's hear your pluses and minuses on the two platforms.
So I'm going to be honest. I haven't really shopped as much on BrickLink as I should.
Okay.
Because a lot of it, I've just been getting stuff from the pab wall. I've just been getting new sets. Sometimes I part out sets. So you know me. I normally go straight directly to Lego. I probably should save a few bucks, but I haven't come across where I needed that older piece yet. Where I have to or I haven't bought really a used set yet that is incomplete.
Sure. Yeah.
Where I need to go look it up. And I think that's where BrickLink has a major step over everything else, is because you know that they're going to most likely have that inventoried. Sometimes there's parts that you just kind of well, yeah, I got to do something else or just keep it the way it is. But
yeah.
So as far as that, I don't have a lot, but as eBay, I do, as with new and block sets, go ahead, smile. Sometimes I'll get a lot of good deals that way. But again, I don't know where I'm technically buying them from. I get them. They're good. They have good reviews, but I'm sometimes questioning, why is it so cheap?
Yeah, I know.
And why do they have 40 of them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a valid point.
So the morals at that point.
Well, yeah, I mean, so BrickLink, I mean, I don't, I've seen a lot of people on eBay that do the bulk parts, bulk pieces. And I don't really get those because the listings are a little more confusing to me. Like if you're looking just for pieces on eBay, there are several listings for pieces. But they're a little more confusing how they're set up. At least just my experience with them. So I would say to go back to the original topic, garage sale, yard sale, state sale, whatever you want to say, those types of Lego finds are typically going to go hand in hand with BrickLink, just for the sole purpose of most of the time, those things you're going to find, they're going to be missing something or several pieces or the instructions or the box. What do? You go to BrickLink, type in the set number, boxes for sale, instructions are for sale, pieces are for sale, minifigures are for sale. So that's kind of the thing. If that's your thing, I've just had enough of used. I've just absolutely had enough. I'm tired of getting burned, tired of all that, getting marketed as one thing, it being something else. But there's people that, again, as we mentioned, there is a hunt. So if you go out on that hunt and you find a good deal at a garage sale, you can then go to BrickLink and you can get anything you need. Now, you can also go to lego.com, but their selection might be different. Is it a bestseller? Is it coming from overseas? More than likely, it's going to be a little pricier as well. But that's the point where you can go to BrickLink and you literally can get anything you need for a garage sale find. And most of the time, what you paid at the garage sale plus your BrickLink costs is still nowhere near the new price of a new inbox of that set. So if that's your thing, that's definitely the way to go. One in lists are clutch. I agree.
I do like that. So if you have a set, you can actually just build a set directly off of BrickLink though too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I really wanted Ghostbusters Firehouse and just to part it all out, you could. I don't know what the price would be. Probably be just as much as trying to find it, but that's the ability with it. You could select it. Everything comes down a list. It'll tell you all the different sellers that would have that part or piece. I mean, it's pretty good. It's like it's a really good system. I just haven't needed to use it as much because I haven't really bought anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I've
Yet.
used BrickLink. I have used it a lot. I have used it for the mock aspect, and then also my Lego club. So pieces for badges for kids. Again, the pieces for the mocks. That's where BrickLink has come in clutch for me. And then, like you mentioned, the occasional set that something's missing or whatnot. But most of the time, I do go to lego.com first because Lego does have an amazing customer service and they are willing to send out pieces within reason if things were missing from a set that was purchased from there at some point. But yeah, BrickLink is nice to be able to get pretty much anything you want, any color, any size of piece. I know studio is something that maybe that's a topic we need to get into at some point because neither you or I know how to use it. So maybe we can get somebody who knows what they're doing. Sorry, got something stuck in my throat there. To give us a tutorial on how to use Studio.
Yeah, I've dabbled. I've played around with it, but I haven't done anything serious.
Yeah, I
with
haven't even looked at it, so I wouldn't even.
I will say it's pretty amazing that you could just download it for free off of BrickLink.
Yeah, that is nice.
Like it's something like I remember having AutoCAD and then having to pay a lot of money for that program.
That stuff's expensive.
Yep.
Very expensive. Oh. Kevin, is that how to use Studio or you're wanting in on this conversation as well? And M, to your question, oh, what now? I was voluntolding you.
You just got voluntold by Keith. Congratulations.
Only thing I've been struggling is building rocks. I wish I had the pieces in front of me. Are you talking like literal rocks? Because I am not gonna lie, I'm decent at rock building. If that's what you're talking about, like,
Are you talking about like the side of like a mountain where it's a bunch of the greebling with the wedge pieces?
If that's what you're talking about,
cheese slopes and all that.
Okay, so Kevin uses it. Okay. All right, let's have a studio off. Kevin versus M. Well, you know what? That actually could be a fun little idea. Come up with a little studio build and have them clash out at it and see what they come up with. See, they've got all these ideas, just
we're just gonna throw them out there.
Yeah, just somebody's just got to voluntold y'all to do it. So I'm not afraid to voluntold. So Kevin will take me out. Em, come on, you got to have more confidence in yourself there. You designed that Boy Meets World build for that. Speaking of that, I don't think the podcast world knows about our Boy Meets World.
No, we're getting way off topic now, but
yeah, we are. But
welcome to the Hidden Bricks, where I mean, we did stay on topic, but there's only really.
All right, I'm just gonna lay this out here right now because anybody who's listening, you just have to know. So here's how it goes. Mav and I have all these grand ideas of topics, okay, and so we talk during the week. What topic are we going to talk about that following Monday? But there's a running joke between Mav and I that he and I just go with the flow. So we'll start a topic, but if it goes off topic, we're not going to always veer back just because that's not us. We are a natural flowing conversation type. So we try to stick to the topic, but we also realize other things come up.
We'll
So
circle back eventually.
yes, we always do find a way to circle back, but I'm just laying it out there. We just are, we're just ourselves. So hopefully you enjoy us. Okay, so M does have the Boy Meets World instructions. So M, we will chat about those at a later date. Yes. So circling back to the garage sale, yard sale, state sale, bake sale, which I saw in my graphic. There was a bake sale sign. I don't think I've ever seen Lego at a bake sale, but it's on there. So
good job, Keith, with that one. If you found it, that was the hidden Easter egg.
See that, that's part of it. You guys, we make these graphics, and sometimes there's Easter eggs in there. So
you go to a bake sale because you get so hungry from the hunt.
That's true. That is true.
Of finding the perfect Lego set.
I mean, you do see these people that make food out of Lego, replica food out of Lego, and it's incredible stuff. So maybe the bake sale had some fake, or not fake, had some Lego builds. So I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah. So BrickLink again.
Would you consider like a bricks and minifig to get deals sometimes? Or is that kind of I guess it depends on which one you go to and what sets. Because I feel like smaller sets that maybe don't hold as much value can get good deals.
All I'm gonna say is I respect any business owner that runs a bricks and minifigs. I understand money needs to be made, bills need to be paid. I think there is the flexibility to make deals at those, but I think the overhead is the killer. Any retail store, the overhead is always the killer.
Well, it is, but I also think that turning inventory is also key. Is also key too, and I think some bricks and minifigures that I know do that
are better than others.
Well, like if they have something sit, they're just gonna be like, well, I need that space on the shelf is taking up something that I could bring in display, and sell. So,
yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think most of the time stuff like that is kind of the same as eBay. I know we've had this conversation before that I brought it up. I've been told by a couple different people that I would rather keep my stuff sitting on eBay for months over months over months at an extremely jacked up price, because one day Grandma Sue's going to come on eBay and she's going to be like, oh, wow, I want to buy that for my grandson, even though it's triple the price it should be. And she'll buy it because she doesn't know any better. And that's unfortunate. But there are some people that are like that. And I'm not going to whatever you do, if that makes you feel good about yourself, that's fine. But I would rather turn stuff over. I'd rather make, the money at a good deal and hopefully help somebody out. But again, you have to see things from both sides. But at the end of the day, the bricks and minifig stores, the mom and pop stores, it almost is harder to want to make a deal or try to make a deal just because you do know like the costs that go into running a business. And so sometimes you're like, you want to make that deal for yourself, but you also have to realize the other end of things.
And you already know the formulation on what they do with the set, right?
Yeah.
So whatever set they're selling is going to go off of the BrickLink 6-month average.
Yep.
Right, and then it's going to be a percentage of that average. I don't know what their percentage. It just ranges, but I think it's all. I don't think you're going to be paying. Like it's going to be like 60%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I would love to actually, maybe that's something we need to look into as well. Getting somebody that runs a bricks and minifig store.
I misspoke. That it's 60% your trade-in. So like if you're trading in a set, it goes off the 6-month average, and they're only going to give you anywhere between like 50 or 60% of the value.
Yeah.
For that, but with selling, it's the 6-month average is normally, and they normally do honor if you could pull up a BrickLink 6-month average of that set.
Okay.
And if it's lower, even like if the higher one's lower, they should adjust it. I haven't had a problem before with Boston Brick Co. with that, but
now that you'd consider Boston a mom and pop store.
it's basically it's a mom and pop version of Bricks and Minifigure.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know if they're still established because there's Boston Brick Co., there's Providence Brick Co., there's Atlanta Brick Co., there's Orlando Brick Co. So I don't know if it's part of the same group.
That's a good question. Is that a group?
Not sure.
Like something Brick
I know.
Co. Is that a group?
I know if you go on to Atlanta Brick Co., Orlando Brick Co. and Atlanta Brick Co. are kind of like on the same website.
Together. Interesting. Okay.
So I think I think Orlando Brick Co. is where M&R is.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. By the way, did you get your friendly snails gift with purchase?
I did, in my Ferris wheel.
Yes, I did.
Are you gonna use your insider points for the car, Kevin? Or should I say, AKA Trevor? Did you? I think I seen a post saying that you got that car, or showing that you had that car.
That is one I like, but I don't have any affiliation to it. It is really cool, and I think it would fit really well in I don't know. It would fit in whatever. I mean, it's cool. The
downtown diner. They're flying off to space.
Yeah, a space build, a diner, something like that. Yeah, no, it definitely was cool. The only one I've used my insider points for is the spiny shell.
I didn't think that was worth it, to be honest.
The only reason I did it is because I had the Mario Kart. I felt like I had to have it. So
because that should have been the GWP.
Because it should have been the GWP. Yes.
That's another tangent we're not going to get into.
That's right. Yep, that's right.
So Kevin did get was it Flight of the Moon or the space car? Using the points.
Going to that right now here.
And he put classic space in it. Spaceman. Classic spaceman.
There we go. Lego Ideas Moon Car. So this was an Ideas set. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold the phone. Was not expecting this.
Welcome. Matthew Bricks has joined us here at the Hidden Bricks.
He has been found.
Yeah. For anybody listening.
So yeah. Lego Ideas Moon Car. It seems like the Lego Idea sets some of the smaller ones have been becoming pretty popular for these either gift with purchases or
2,500 points.
Yep.
Wow.
Which that's what the spiny shell was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that equates to 600. I think it's 600 points for every 600 points is $5. So about what, $20?
Yeah.
Ish.
I just wish they let you buy it, or buy the points to buy it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they should do. I don't know if it's all baseball teams, and I don't even know if they do this anymore. But I was told at one point, people can put 2 and 2 together here by what I do, but I'm just going to say the local baseball team. The local baseball team, at the end of each season, they would have like this. I can't remember if it was for season ticket holders or whatever. But they would take all of their inventory that was left over, so all the giveaways that were given out during the year, and they would put it in this big warehouse space. They would line everything up on tables, and the people could come through, see all the giveaways that they had extra leftovers of. I can't remember if you had to buy, if you could buy the stuff, or if it was just like come and get it. I think that's something similar that Lego should give a thought to, is that if you have all these leftover GWPs or insider rewards, I think you should make some sort of
Like
program.
an insider program.
Yeah, where you can have all the stuff that's left over, and I'd be okay. I'd be okay redeeming my points on stuff if it was for stuff that I really wanted that I missed out on. I think that would be fair. That's fine. But I don't know. It's just it's frustrating that sometimes things come out in opportune times.
You could. I might want to get this. I'm thinking of it. Obi-Wan and Anakin from Clone War, from the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
When they're chasing the bounty hunter.
Kevin, since you built this.
Oh, Master. Had to find the right speeder that had everything.
Yep. Is there any exclusive pieces in this other than the minifigs? I don't even know if the minifigs are exclusive. Are there any pieces in this that are exclusive? That would be what's, because otherwise maybe you could.
I think if you're a Star Wars fan, Murray, you have to do it. Murray asked, Mav, why did you put that in my mind?
Okay. So Mur, we don't have the scene set up here. That's for Friday nights. So we're just gonna have to say, do it.
This is the one you're looking for.
Mur, do it. Oh gosh. Geez, look at that. M coming out of left field with Frank. M, where have you been for the past 5 minutes?
So Kevin believes that you can find most of this on the PAB, but it's likely $40 to part out or so.
Interesting. So, So do you lose out on $20 of insiders points?
It depends on how you pack the PAB box, too. Or, well, I guess if you PAB, you'd have to order a lot of this on Lego.com, so you're just going to be paying the...
Or BrickLink.
I could try BrickLink, too. Yep.
I'd be curious to know, part it out on BrickLink. What's that come to? Regardless, though, with shipping and tax, you're probably not going to get it for $20.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go on and buy it tonight because I just thought of that. It might not be the exact look of that speeder, but it'd be a cool little...
How many pieces was it again? 211.
It's not bad.
No.
That's like average. What is it? The Camino training facility was 190 pieces. So you didn't get much of a build. You got smaller build, but you got more minifigs. So,
geez, Frank's calling out M there. This is what happens when we move to YouTube. M has Insta available to edit.
Yeah, you can. I know it was a yellow speeder, but it looks similar to the different color.
Yeah,
different color, but
it does. Yep. Or
it doesn't need to be the exact replica. It could have just been Obi-Wan and Anakin. Just Anakin got another speeder. They went on another adventure. A light blue one. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me know if you get it. I'm guessing the only gift with purchase we're getting starting tomorrow is that African Savannah. Any interest in that, or I don't think you did the other two.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna, I have a couple things that I was looking to pick up. If it ends up reaching the mark, like the value for that, getting a free set is a free set, whether it's a poly bag or whatever. But I'm not gonna put myself out there to buy it.
It'll look beautiful on your shelf.
Oh, with all my other GWPs unopened. I know Austin was bugging me that, hey, if you give me an inventory list of what you want to get rid of for GWPs.
Geez, for all those GWPs you have, you probably could trade them for that AT-AT.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll give him everything. Even the Fell Beast.
Wow, did you hear that? Wow, sacrificing the Fell Beast build.
Why Lego's just gonna make one?
Okay. Now we know why he won't build it with us because he's saving it to trade it. Okay, all right. Now we see where things stand here. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I thought
No, Frank. Not Frank. Sorry, Mur, because Frank popped up. I have 2 shelves full of GWPs, not a shelf. That's 2.
The only thing Mav doesn't have on me, Mav does not have a full Billy filled with brickhead boxes. That's the only thing Mav doesn't have on me.
But he has seen I do have a decent amount of brickheads
you
boxes.
Do. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, I was just going through that. I'm down to 32 now. I need 32 brickheads.
Yeah, I don't need to collect them all, but I do. There's some that I still need to get, like the pop culture. Like I got Marty and Doc from Back to the Future. I definitely wanted that. I should get all the Star Wars ones because I saw a couple of times at a decent price on Amazon still for the episode 1.
Oh yeah,
brickheads.
Yep, the big one.
The big one, which would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I actually, I am very happy you guys got me on that little collection hunt because I know
it's actually calmed you down more from buying other sets like that you would have. Because I remember when I first met Keith, Keith was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy like he would just drop whatever amount of money. He'd come back with like everything that just released, the whole bag. I'm like, dude, what are you like? It's almost like you're like in LAN, and you're just pulling out these sets, and you're like, but I bought them all.
Yeah, back then I should have made videos. Shout out to Lego for unfortunately not sending all these to me. I bought them all.
But I'm still gonna review them because I love Lego, and so
yeah. No, it's I don't know. It's the space is really the unfortunate part. There'd just be so much. There's so much neat stuff to display. That's the best part about it. Is it's nice to look at when you have people over. Like I just had some friends over this weekend that haven't been here in a few years, and I didn't have the Lego room at that point, and they were just like, never seen that in Lego before. Didn't even know Lego made that. I mean, just like the oohs and ahs of like, it's funny because it's to me, it's not like I don't ever want it to be a show off. I want it to be like an inspiration. And like when you see grown adults coming into a room and they're like little kids in a candy store and they're just like, man, this is really cool. Like I want to build that. Or like they saw the mock Josh and I built. And it's like, I didn't think you could do that. It's really neat to see like a grown adult get inspired or excited about something that's we've called it this before. It's a toy. That's what it is. It's a toy. Sophisticated interlocking brick system.
Whoa!
It's just nice. Yeah, it's just nice to see like the little kids come out, out of an adult.
I want you to say that 10 times fast.
Sophisticated interlocking brick system. That's all you're getting one time.
I don't display anything in here for people. Everything here is just for me. If people come down and enjoy it, great. But the biggest thing is like I care more about what it looks like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no. It's just it's really nice to get to enjoy it because it is really nice to look at and appreciate, and like you get this like the building techniques that the designers came up with and all that kind of all those aspects. It's just really nice to enjoy.
Well, I think the building style and process and parts and everything has like just kept improving over the years. Now you're getting cars that look like the old die-cast cars they
Yeah.
used to build, or model cars, and it's Lego. There's no painting. There's
Nope.
no. There might be stickers. There definitely might be stickers,
Yeah, definitely.
but you don't have to deal with the painting or gluing. It's
Yeah.
just locking, and then if you really need the space, you can break it down.
Mhm.
You can put it into bags. You can label it, and then you can build it another time or just save it. So
Yeah, that's one thing I am excited for, and I do not want to rush my life away at all. But I am excited to. I already know at least the modular buildings and like the trains and all that stuff. I will box up at some point, and I will keep that for Bryce. And if he does choose to have kids, I think that would be a really fun thing to pass down in the family and get to see the if I have grandkids, get to see them build the stuff. That's a long time from now. Hopefully, I make it that far. But yeah, that kind of stuff is really neat to be able to pass down and kind of share it, to the next generation, and see where it goes from there.
well, with a
So
good balanced diet, you'll make it there.
I got to start balancing something because I'm good at balancing cookies and cakes right now. That's for sure.
Hey, nothing wrong with cake, man.
That's happiness. Food does bring you happy. Lego and food. Lego and food, man. That's where it's at right now. So
I know. Well, like that's why I want to go to the Lego house because they have a cafeteria. You can order
that's true.
food.
Yeah. And you know what though? Well, from what I've seen, a lot of the food there looks pretty healthy too. Doesn't really look like a lot of American stuff.
Good job. Good.
It looks like all natural, healthy food at the Lego house. So kudos to the Lego house. But yeah. So just circling back one last time here again. Love to hear from you guys. If you want to send us some messages or some pictures, like if you've ever had some really cool garage sale finds, yard sale finds, make a story, make a post, tag us in it, reference tonight's episode. Or if you have a YouTube account and you're one of the people that like to go hunting on a Saturday morning and you go live or you post a video about it, tag us in it.
Yep.
Hidden Bricks. We'd love to see it. Love to hear from you guys. But yeah, BrickLink again. We have some exciting stuff coming up in regards to BrickLink coming up in the next few weeks here.
Yep.
Stay tuned for that.
Make sure you share the challenge to everybody.
Oh yes,
that you think would enjoy that, because there will be some giveaways with that.
Yeah. So I see we do have
winners.
a few newer. I don't know who's in here, so I apologize to those. I can't name you, but there are more people in now than when we paused at 10:30. Go check out the Hidden Bricks Instagram account. Mav and I did put out a community build challenge that is currently in process. We will go to voting the 19th and 20th. Winners announced on the 21st. Again, build a mock. It can be anything, friendship, community, anything that represents those things, your journey with Lego. Share those to us. We'll put it out to a community vote. And then like Mav said, we'll have the winners announced, and there will be some goodies to give out, including the sought after exclusive Hidden Bricks stickers.
Sought after. Yep.
Good stuff. So, looking forward here, Mav, I'm going to say we're going to keep Friday TBD. That is my last night in Tennessee. So 10 o'clock is probably off, but depending on how the night goes, it could be TBD for random time. So I'll keep you posted on that. And we will, of course, keep everybody else updated on that as well. So keep tuned to the Hidden Bricks Instagram page to check out for this coming Friday's after hours Summer's just hectic. You guys know that summer's kind of a crazy time for everybody, so hard to keep in line. Then Mav, you did get your Nike set, right?
No. Yes, I did. I told you that on Friday.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
I also have line nights coming in on Wednesday. Interesting. A lot of building that I got to try to do.
I know where that's going to go. Scooch over a little bit.
Which way?
Yep, that way.
This way?
Nope, other way. Other way.
Oh, other way.
Yep, other way. Yep. Looking kind of tight over there. I don't see a space for lion night.
Good stuff. Don't forget I have the closet upstairs too.
That's true. So, yes, that's true. And you got your pile over here too.
I gotta do a quick trip. Like a weekend one, like on a Friday. Because I definitely gotta grab Stranger Things.
Oh yes, before that gets kicked off.
Yeah, because she's looking forward to doing that build. So
well, don't pass up that opportunity because she's looking forward to build.
And yes, Keith just disappeared, leaving Mav solo. And no, Kevin, I haven't built the. Did you
strange?
Did you kick yourself off?
I swiped on the pad and kicked myself out. So, yep, my bad.
I'm like, and Keith disappeared.
I was just testing y'all, just making sure everybody's paying
attention. No, I actually booted him for making that comment of where am I going to put Lion Knight's castle?
Yeah. Well,
no, I Kevin, to your question, you haven't built the Sanctum. No, I haven't built the Sanctum yet.
I built it, Kevin.
It's good.
Good. It's good.
It's good.
Oh gosh. Losing my voice here for some reason. Yeah, so I think we mentioned last week, just a reminder, we have 3 weeks in a row of special guests.
Yes.
We will announce next Monday's guests coming up here probably middle of this week.
I would say that'd be good. I think with guests, we're going to give them ample time to, promote it, let them get their word that they're going to be on an episode. So,
So yeah, stay tuned for that probably by Wednesday at the latest. So that'll be Wednesday, after hours again, TBD. Stay tuned for that. Do not plan on 10 o'clock. I can already tell you that. But just stay tuned to the Hidden Bricks page to see if we will be doing something at some point. If not, then we will be back here on Monday with our special guest. And then, Mav, we're getting close to that 48-hour live stream, man. I tried Celsius this weekend, did not do anything for me, so I am moving on to some other options.
Just chewing grains of
something.
Coffee.
Something. Yeah. Something's going to have to happen. That's all I'm going to say. So.
No, it'll be fun. I still don't know why you just didn't pull for a 24-hour one.
Mav, a child suffering.
No, 48 hours
can suffer years. Can I suffer through 48 hours? Yes, I can.
He's going to be asleep after 12. It's going to be the Mav show after that.
No. I think I'm gonna try to sleep Friday morning, and then plug on through. So most of the advice I'm getting is do not try to rest because that'll screw you up. Just try to plug through. So might have to walk on several Lego bricks at different points.
Or you can always,
knees.
You need breaks. We'll have some people to take over.
Yes. Yeah. No, we do have
here and there.
Yeah, we definitely do have interest in that. So that is definitely good news. We have a lot of good people, good supportive people in our community. So, but yeah. If you guys, again, just go check out the Hidden Bricks Instagram page, check out the community build challenge that we have going on. Attaboy, JB, stay all 48 hours, staying and watching, powering through it for the children. I like that. That is how we're going to sign it off, for the children. Appreciate that. Mav, appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. And I appreciate every one of you out there that support us.
Yes, as always.
As always.
We will possibly see you guys Friday, but if not, see you back here next Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And if you don't mind, share us as well. We appreciate each and every one of you guys.
And thank you for joining us on The Hidden Bricks.